Alright, welcome back to part 4 of ALFAMWBUA. Let's do a quick review of all the letters we've learned so far. Remember to read right from left and top to bottom. Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha, Gim, Ha, Kha, Dal, Tal, Re, and Ze. Again, take some time to yourself to pause this video, close your eyes, and recite the letters to yourself while thinking of the shapes and sounds that each letter makes in your head. Then see if you can write them down in order while also remembering the names and sounds of each letter. Okay, got that done? Good. Next two letters. Alright, these two are my favorite shaped letters in the whole alphabet. They are Seen and Sheen. Well, not that Sheen. Seen and Sheen. That makes Sheen the winningest letter in the Arabic alphabet. But all joking aside, let's take a look at the letters as they are used in many different words. And no, unfortunately, the term tiger blood does not include the letter Sheen. Darn. The first word we have is December. Notice that even though we spell December with a soft C, Arabic uses the same letter. Seen is pronounced just like the English S or soft C. Check out the next word, which means happy, pronounced Saeed or Saida. You change how you say it based upon certain conditions. I'm sure you know what those conditions are if you watch my other videos. Moving on to Sheen. This is the first word I learned to say in Arabic. Shokran. It means thank you. You may be a bit puzzled over how to spell this one, as it ends in an alif, which is usually pronounced with like a vowel sound, like an ah or an oo. Well, notice those two lines over it? That's a special symbol which means essentially, turn this sound into an N. Seriously. Why? Well, I honestly don't know. There's an N sound letter, so why they don't just spell using that letter is beyond me. If anybody knows, please politely tell me in the comments below. I really want to know. Please tell me. Anyway, finally, just for practice, the last word on the list here is the Arabic word for sun, which includes both a sheen and a seen. Pronounce this word shams, remembering to make the A sound more of a short A and not an ah, as in like and. Shams. Take special note of how to arrange the 3 dots above the letter, the 2 below and 1 between on top. I kept doing this wrong with the tha letter as well, making a smiley face sort of thing. This is wrong. 2 dots make a little pyramid. Just remember pyramids. Egypt. Anyway, next letters! These are the 2 easiest letters to remember where they are in the Arabic alphabet because they make kind of a funny image. These letters are, in order, Sad Dad. Sad Dad. Sad Dad. Boo-hoo-hoo. Papa's so disappointed. Let's see how these letters look and sound when used in language. Now, as fun as these words are to say in sequence, you have to be very, very careful while distinguishing between these letters and the other letters we've learned before. Essentially, these 2 letters are pronounced as S's and D's, just as Seen and Dal were, except these letters sound a bit darker or heavier. The best way I can describe it is that Seen and Dal are made by putting your tongue near the front of your mouth, almost touching your teeth at the roof of your mouth, while Sad Dad are made with your tongue touching the roof of your mouth more towards the back, but not too far back so you choke. Very, very tricky. Practice with a native speaker, and as your and my Western ears have trouble distinguishing these sounds, and our tongues have the tendency to get lazy. Having said that, let's look at Sad first. This word sounds an awful lot like Saeed from a previous lesson, except now we have to focus on making the darker S sound by moving our tongue back. Saeed is a term meaning highland or Upper Egypt. Practice the crap out of happy and highland, and ask a native speaker, if you can, to check your progress. Let's see if I can do it. First, happy. happy. Saeed. Now, Highland. Saeed. Very difficult. Saeed, 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 Saeed. The next two phrases are traditional greetings. Sabah il khair means good morning, and the next term, Sabah il nur, means the same thing, only in response. Again, focus on that dark S sound. Once you start getting the hang of it, pause the video and say it slowly as you try to read the individual letters in each phrase, pulling out those you already know. Read the phrase. You are so close to being able to actually read the whole thing. Pat yourself on the back. You deserve it. Lots. Now, as we move on to the dad, remember your tongue positioning. Because the next word is just like the Arabic word for blood we learned earlier, dem, except this one has a heavier, darker D sound. Dam. Connected or joined together. Practice this distinction. Lots. Dem, dam. Dum, dam. Finally, we end on a high note as we learn the Arabic word for laughter. Dahik. Don't forget the H sound. Also be sure to say a instead of ah for the A sound. Alright, so after that marathon, let's move on to our last two letters of the lesson. These two letters, much like the last two, are very similar to the letters we've already learned. These are da and za. Da sounds just like da, except more stressed. Do the same tongue trick here, alternating between the front of the mouth for a light sound and the middle of the mouth for a darker sound. And za sounds just like ze, except, well, also darker. Let's explore. Practice the difference in emphasis between these two words. The first word is pronounced daba, and it means to print, whereas the next word, daba, means to follow. Practice saying these two words in sequence, moving your tongue between the middle top of your mouth and the front top of your mouth. The next word is pronounced zin, and it means to suspect. The next word, zen, means to irritate or annoy, to bug. Again, practice moving your tongue from the dark and light positions in your mouth. You might not be able to tell a difference yet, or even ever, but keep in mind that this is perceptible to native speakers, and it's very important to remember tongue position, even if you personally cannot hear a difference. Alright, Ed, that's lesson 4. 2 more to go. You've already learned over half of the Arabic alphabet, and, well, you've already got the most difficult parts out of the way. There's still a number of challenges ahead, but I have faith that you can figure it out. Again, as always, you can ask for questions or make comments in either the comment section below or on my Facebook page. Be polite, please. Or you could email me directly at ryan@ryantravels.com. Anyway, take a quick break, and I'll see you in the next video.